Greg Bergeron is on the couch with me from Allstate Insurance. In good hands, I'm sure. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Heading back to school, and maybe over the summer or heading into this year, your child is turning 16. Nail biter, right? And of course, they would like to start exercising the freedom of driving.
Yep.
This is fun. It's great. It's something that it's a milestone in your life. A lot of worry for parents.
Yeah, it is. I've actually got a 16-year-old son, so I'm in that situation.
Right, perfect.
He actually turned 16 on September 1st, so there's a lot of things parents can do, I think. One of the key things is the minute he gets or she gets her G1 license,
right,
get them listed on the insurance policy.
Okay.
That way what they're doing is they're starting to build an insurance history and a record.
And what does that do for you, building a history?
Well, down the road, when they want to purchase their own vehicle and they want to drive, their rates are going to be appropriate to their accident history. I mean, if you're not listed on a policy, there's really no way of keeping an accident history.
Right, and so the longer you're accident free with an insurance provider, the better rates typically, right?
Absolutely, yeah. The other thing parents can do is, a driver training course. Take a good driver training course. That'll save you about 10% off your rates.
And like a accredited one that happens to be.
Yeah. Do some research. Look into them. There's some really good driving schools out there. Good one-on-one instruction. Online stuff. They're advancing every day.
Yeah, and I remember taking that course, and it was more involved than I thought it would be, actually.
Yep.
And they talk about one of the things I really enjoy about those is the defensive driving techniques they give you, to not be worrying, only about yourself, what others might be doing on the road.
Absolutely, yeah. Another thing I always tell parents to do is lead by example. One of the worst things we talk about, and we're talking about it a lot, and on our goodhandsadvice.ca website, we talk about it even more, is distracted driving. That's a big thing.
Yeah, that must be a huge thing, especially right now, as these kids don't know any different from their lives, right? So we all have assimilated to this lifestyle of living on our handheld devices. For them, this is normal.
Yep. Yeah, you see them walking and not looking, and you get them behind the wheel. You really got to emphasize. I mean, that's the equivalent of driving, 2 or 3 lengths of a football field blind.
Yeah, and even at 16, I think the kids are impressionable. So if you do it, like even say, well, it's just I'm at a stoplight. If you do it, I think that you're definitely giving them the thumbs up to go ahead.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's we've actually got something on our goodhandsadvice.ca website where, and I'm going to get my son to sign this. You can actually print out a parent-child contract, where you'll actually set some obligations, some consequences for each of the actions. If you're caught driving while distracted, this is what's going to happen, and you get the parent to sign it. So it's a really good thing.
Yeah, I would think of cash incentives.
Cash incentives are good, absolutely.
They're not bad. Or I will continue to promise to pay your tuition in the future. Some of the scary research showing that young drivers are 2 to 3 times more likely to be involved in a car crash. So if you're wondering why insurance rates are a little bit higher for them, there is a real reason. There's research behind this, right?
Yeah.
So you want to get that history going immediately, like you mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, insurance is based on risk, and the riskiest are your young males, followed by your young females. So the young males are a lot more likely.
And is that gap closing, though? Are we starting, or is that just consistent?
Data showing it's pretty consistent.
Okay.
Young males, I guess, for some reason, overall, just are different behind the wheel than young females.
I think the word you're looking for is overconfident.
That too, yes.
Yeah, and you do just have to keep your eyes open, and if you're not driving distracted, look for those who are. Greg, thanks for the advice. There you go. It is goodhandsadvice.ca if you want to know more. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.